Long faces at Thomas Kingston's funeral with Prince William and the widow Kate Middleton. Finally, the mournful farewell of Thomas Kingston, the husband of Lady Gabriella Windsor and cousin of William and Harry, has taken place. The funeral was attended by none other than Prince William and other members of the royal family. It is important to note that the financier's body was found dead last month at the age of 45 under mysterious circumstances, which are currently under investigation. Now, let's delve into the details. The procession for Thomas Kingston's body began at Kensington Palace, the family home of his widow, Lady Gabriella Windsor. It ended at the court of the ambassador of St. James's Palace. While there are no videos of the procession, there are photos that I will show you shortly. However, they don't reveal much. Following the procession, a private family funeral was held at the Royal Chapel, where many royal weddings have taken place, including Queen Victoria and Prince Albert's in 1840. In fact, in 2013, it was where George, the heir to the heir, the son of Kate Middleton and William, was baptized. The Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, was present, but Kate was not. She is said to still be recovering. In any case, let's focus on the funeral and then we'll touch on Kate, as I have many things to share. Lady Gabriella was accompanied at the funeral by her parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, her brother Lord Frederick Windsor, and his wife, actress Sophie Winkleman. We have already discussed Lady Gabriella's parents, who were somewhat on the list of suspects. Her father has curious, let's say, interesting connections, just like her mother, who has a past and, I would say, even a present, with Nazi affiliations. The Duke of Kent and Princess Alexandra were also present at the gathering, which was attended by 140 people. However, the King, Lady Gabriella's second cousin, and the Queen were not in attendance. It's a bit surprising that Camilla wasn't there, but she's tired, and we can expect that from her. She had already stated that she would not attend public events. Yesterday, she appeared in a video because it was a very important day for the Commonwealth. She continues her cancer treatment, and the Queen was organizing a reception for women of the world at Buckingham Palace. Thomas Kingston's body has been cremated. Kingston and Lady Gabriella, also known as Ella, were married in the St. George's Chapel in Windsor in a ceremony that we have seen in countless videos. The wedding was attended by Prince Michael's first cousin, Queen Elizabeth, and Prince Philip in 2019. They lived in London, but according to new reports, Thomas was visiting his parents in the Scottish Highlands when he died. It is believed to have been a case of suicide, as the forensic court was told that his father went out for a walk with the dogs and, upon his return, Mr. Kingston was no longer in the house. After about 30 minutes, his mother went to look for him. The chief forensic officer, Kerr, said that his father forcibly entered a locked-out building, where Thomas Kingston was found with a catastrophic and traumatic head injury. A firearm was also found at the scene. The police are convinced that his death raises many suspicions. The forensic officer stated that a post-mortem examination had been conducted, and the provisional cause of death was determined to be a traumatic head injury. She formally opened an investigation into the death, which has been postponed. We will see what happens. Now, let's move on to William and Kate. However, I must say that there haven't been as many conspiracy theories surrounding them as there have been about Kate. But let's see. Beyond the in-laws, who are two elements to consider in every sense, it is said that the situation may also be related to certain friendships. It's similar to the case of Antonio Teatro, where suddenly you find yourself with new people in your life, and your closest circle wonders why you were associating with them. They seem strange and not compatible with you. Thomas Kingston may have found himself in a similar situation with certain individuals, despite his international projection due to his work in private investment funds. I don't know if there is an ongoing investigation into this, but these are the latest news we have. Whether it was suicide or not, well, that's the million-dollar question. Now we need to determine what led him to make that decision and end his life. Let's leave it at that. We have already covered the biography of this man. He studied at the University of Bristol and joined the diplomatic missions unit of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He had a good relationship with Queen Elizabeth II and was previously dating Pippa Middleton before marrying Lady Gabriella Windsor. The last time they were seen together was on Valentine's Day, February 14th, where they posed happily. We know that he was currently working for a private investment fund. Interestingly, there isn't much information about the widow. It is mentioned that she has focused on her company, where she works as an art and travel director. She has also turned to writing to cope with this difficult event. She collaborates with the press and has been described as a bohemian singer-songwriter who released 2 songs inspired by bossa nova in 2020. That's about it. I find it interesting that at the end of the article, there is a phone number provided for people who may be considering suicide. I have remained silent on this topic for a while, but now let's move on to William and Kate. I must say that there hasn't been as much conspiracy talk about them as there has been about Kate. However, there are some things to consider. Beyond the in-laws, who are significant in every sense, it is said that the situation may also be related to Kate's mental health. Taking advantage of this video about Thomas Kingston, it is being discussed. It seems that when you base your life on appearances and everything falls apart due to unforeseen circumstances, several things come into play. There have been rumors about William's alleged addiction to alcohol and his supposed infidelity with Rose Hanbury, who is now being portrayed as a high-class lady, just like Camilla was at one point. However, there is a photo of her in which she is not exactly in the best shape. She was very young, maybe not even 20, and she was in a bikini with the then Prime Minister, Tony Blair, and he was grabbing her and another young girl. It's a disturbing image, to say the least. One theory gaining strength is that Kate Middleton's mental health may have been affected by certain circumstances. Within all of this, it seems to be the most plausible theory. The issue of her abdominal surgery, yes, but there is something more. There must be something more. It's not just a scheduled abdominal surgery. This topic has raised suspicions internationally, not just in the UK. From the beginning, it was overshadowed by other terrible news, such as Prince Charles' prostate operation and Sarah Ferguson's skin cancer, which was initially portrayed as terminal and very serious, but now she is recovering well. As for Kate Middleton, she was not seen leaving the London clinic in a car or anything. There were no images until a week ago, and all the images that have come out are fake. This is something that is assumed directly, and there is pressure from the press there. I don't understand the demands. They are not even demanding that Kate appear. They are demanding the original photo, but does that really matter? They have already apologized. I mean, it was clear that the photo had things that didn't quite make sense. I think that here they are acting with a sense of impunity. It seems that there are things about Kate Middleton that are being hidden. It seems that she is not being protected. It seems that the family has certain things that are not being clarified. And this has caused conflicts not only between the couple, but also between the couple and William's father and stepmother, Charles and Camilla. As I said, this won't stop. The ball will keep rolling until Kate Middleton speaks up and tells us what happened. It seems that we are witnessing history repeating itself, as it did with Meghan. Meghan was harassed by the press, just like Diana was. Diana ended her life on a bridge after being chased by paparazzi. The same paparazzi and tabloid journalists who are now demanding and inventing news, and who are causing trouble for the royal family, knowing that their policy is not to engage with them. But if they do engage, it's even worse. Now they have given them fuel to dig into forbidden topics, such as Rose Hanbury. We'll see what happens with all of this. In any case, it's the perfect day to attend a funeral. Everything is about appearances, and in the end, it's all just for show. William was photographed, and he looked like anyone would at a funeral. He was dressed in black with a white shirt, and naturally, he had a serious expression on his face. Now, the media, not only in the UK, but around the world, are talking about what they have defined as an international embarrassment: the Kate Middleton photo scandal on Mother's Day. There is also a video of the King of the Netherlands making jokes while greeting children. And he suddenly starts joking about Photoshop because a girl had put the Dutch flag on her face, which made her look a bit like artificial intelligence or something. This has given British media even more reason to define it as an international embarrassment. It is the first major international crisis for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Personally, I don't know how to define all of this anymore. Honestly, there are things in the British media that I am not willing to buy. There have been articles claiming that Harry and Meghan are happy about all of this. If we look at the countries where they are living, we can see that they haven't said anything. But suddenly, the British media, a source from Meghan's team, has said that she said that this wouldn't happen to her. The argument is so childish and absurd that even the British themselves are questioning this kind of nonsense, especially because Harry and Meghan have nothing to do with this. I mean, they don't matter anymore. 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 I mean, they don't matter anymore.